Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're doing a deep dive into some really intricate stuff. Sin, the curse, and ultimately this idea of cosmic restoration. We've got sources here exploring, Adam's original sin, the big consequences, and this figure called the last Adam.
Right. A really transformative role there.
Yeah, so our mission really is to figure out how, amidst all this decay the texts talk about, there's still this promise of renewal for you.
And what's striking, looking through these materials, is how it all connects. It's presented as one continuous story from creation right through to this promised end.
It really is. Okay, so the deep dive kicks off with Adam's sin, and the fallout is, well, it's immediate.
Yeah, pretty stark.
The sources say his act didn't just impact him, it actually, cursed the earth itself. That's where the thorns and thistles come in.
Right.
And it fundamentally changed the human body.
Yeah.
Introduced this state of cursed flesh.
Cursed flesh, yeah. Susceptible to decay, death.
And those fleshly desires, yuchui soyok, I think the term was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Leading to aging, returning to dust, the whole cycle.
Now, what the sources really dig into is how tricky these desires are. They're not, inherently sinful.
Not in themselves, no. But they make avoiding sin incredibly difficult, almost like a setup without God's help.
Okay.
And this path, according to the research, it leads straight to what's called first death.
First death. And that's more than just dying physically.
Right. It's complex. It signifies being abandoned by God and the body's physical decay, a spiritual and biological thing happening.
Okay, wow. But then the story shifts, doesn't it?
It really does. Big pivot.
With Jesus as the last Adam. And this part's fascinating. He took on that same cursed flesh.
The exact same conditions, susceptible to temptation, those desires, everything.
And this is the kicker, he never sinned.
Never yielded. Not once.
So it's like he doesn't just, cancel out Adam's mistake. He actually shows a new way within our own condition.
Precisely. He redefines what's possible for humanity, even in this fallen state. Becomes the perfect example.
Conquering sin, conquering death, enduring that first death for us.
And that's why his example is so powerful, as the texts stress. Because he lived it, in our flesh, tempted like us, but without sinning.
Makes his commands credible, achievable even.
Exactly. He went through the abandonment, the physical death, so we wouldn't face the ultimate consequence.
Okay, so bringing this back to you, the listener, how does this help escape death's grip?
Well, the sources make a really important distinction.
Between first death and
second death.
Which is
far more severe.
Right, the sources describe that as eternal separation from God.
Exactly. Not just physical, but total, permanent spiritual separation. Sometimes called that lake of fire, ultimate dissolution.
But the good news here, through Jesus' sacrifice and the Holy Spirit's help.
Yes, the Spirit is key.
Is forgiveness.
Yeah.
And that lets us overcome those desires and actually escape that second death.
Yeah, the really profound insight is that physical death isn't the true final end if you're connected to God.
So real death is being cut off from him forever.
That's what the sources emphasize. Your body might decay, but if that divine connection is restored through forgiveness, you're considered alive in the deepest sense. You avoid the second death.
Wow. Okay, and connecting this to the sort of the bigger picture.
The cosmic scale.
Right. The journey ends with this incredible vision the sources paint of new heavens and new earth.
Often called the millennial kingdom.
And this isn't just a small fix. It's a total cosmic reset, a reversal of the curse.
Complete reversal. No more death, no sorrow, no pain. It's fundamental.
The research describes, some texts mention 1,000-year reign, animals living peacefully, lion and lamb together.
Yeah, total ecological harmony.
Yeah.
And human bodies. No more aging, no decay, back to a pure state before the curse.
And free from Satan's influence entirely.
It signifies creation finally reaching its intended completion. Perfected free will, no possibility of sin, just harmony with God, with each other, with nature.
So we've gone from this primal curse all the way to this grand restoration. It's quite a narrative.
It is. Life, death, transformation. It's all in there.
And for you listening, this deep dive really highlights that even within that decay the sources describe, there's this powerful promise of ultimate victory. It really changes perspective.
Absolutely. Which, brings up an interesting question for you to think about. If the curse, in a way, sets the stage for this incredibly complete cosmic renewal, how might that change how you view the challenging or broken things in your own life? Could they be catalysts for something deeper, for understanding that ultimate redemption?